She ran through the rain, chased by the woman who promised to help. All Amaka wanted was to save her mother. Now, watch how it all began. In the quiet village of Umuoka, life was hard. The roads were dry, the huts were small, and the sun burned every leaf it touched. People farmed all day and ate very little. In a small mud house near the stream lived a girl named Amaka. She was only 16, with soft brown eyes and a heart full of dreams. Her mother, Mama Neka, was a poor widow who sold roasted yam by the roadside. Amaka's father had died many years ago after drinking bad water during a fever. They had nothing, no land, no savings, not even a change of clothes. But they had each other. One day, Amaka looked at the sky and said, "Mama, do you think life will ever smile on us?" Mama Neka smiled weakly. "I don't know, my child. But even poor people can dream." The famine came without warning. For 3 weeks, no rain fell. The stream dried up. The crops died. Goats bleated at night from hunger. Amaka and her mother had nothing left to roast. They begged for leftover cassava peels. One evening, Mama Neka fainted. Amaka rushed to her, crying, "Mama, please wake up." She had not eaten in 3 days. Amaka ran to her uncle Ikechukwu, who lived in the big compound down the hill. He was Mama's older brother. He had cows, rice, even a radio. "Uncle, please. Mama is dying. We need food." But Uncle Ikechukwu looked at her from his high chair and said, "If you want help, come and work in my house as a cleaner. You and your mother." Amaka said yes without thinking. They moved in that night. Uncle Ikechukwu gave them one dirty room behind his goat pen. Every morning, Amaka swept the house, fetched water, and cooked for everyone. Mama Neka washed clothes with her weak hands. But they were treated like slaves. Sometimes, they were given only cold pap to eat. At other times, nothing. When Amaka complained, Uncle shouted, "You should be grateful. You were dying in that mud house." One night, Uncle Ikechukwu entered their room drunk. His breath smelled like bad palm wine. He pulled Amaka's wrapper and whispered, "You are becoming a woman now. I can take care of you." Amaka screamed. Mama Neka rushed in and pushed Uncle away. "She's your niece, Ikechukwu. God will punish you." The next morning, Uncle burned their room. Everything they had, mats, pots, clothes, turned to ashes. He said, "Leave my house now." With nowhere to go, Amaka begged Mama to let her go to Lagos. "I will find a job, Mama. I will send you money. One day, we will leave this village." Mama Neka cried. "Lagos is not for people like us." But Amaka was determined. She entered a truck carrying yams to Lagos and begged the driver to let her hide in the back. She hugged Mama one last time. As the truck drove away, Mama stood alone in the dust, crying, "God, please keep her safe." Lagos was not what Amaka expected. The noise, the smoke, the crowd, it felt like the whole world was shouting. She had no plan. She slept under a bridge the first night. Her bag was stolen the second. She ate biscuit wrappers from the dustbin on the third. One morning, a woman named Madam Stella saw her begging at a bus stop. "Girl, do you want to make money?" the woman asked. Amaka nodded. Madam Stella took her in, gave her food, and said she would be working in her beauty salon. But that was a lie. The salon was a cover. Madam Stella was running a house of girls. Young girls were forced to entertain men at night. If they refused, they were beaten. If they tried to escape, they were starved. Amaka was shocked. She cried every night, holding her mother's broken necklace in her palm. "Mama, I'm sorry. I wanted a better life. This is hell." But she refused to give in. One night, she met Chike. He was a quiet man who came to fix the salon's light bulb. He noticed Amaka's swollen eyes and asked what happened. "I fell," she lied. Jack didn't believe her. The next week, Jack came again. He passed a note into her hand. "If you're in trouble, tell me." That night, Amaka whispered to him through a window. Jack was shocked by what he heard. He promised to help her escape. One rainy evening, while Madame Stella was away, Jack came with a bike. Amaka ran out with bare feet and jumped on. They didn't stop until they reached a small church where Jack lived. For the first time in months, Amaka slept peacefully. Jack took care of her. He gave her food, clothes, and paid for her to learn tailoring. Amaka smiled again. She even began to love him. "I want to marry you," Jack said one night. Amaka cried in joy. "You're the angel Mama prayed for." But just when things seemed perfect, she got a call. A woman from Umuoka said, "Your mother is dead." Amaka fainted. Amaka returned to the village for the burial. Uncle Ekachuku didn't come. Mama was buried in a shallow grave beside the old mango tree. Amaka sat beside it, shaking. "Mama, I'm sorry. I made it out, but you died poor. Forgive me." She left her necklace on the grave. That night, it rained heavily. Back in Lagos, Amaka discovered something worse. Jack was already married. He had a wife and child in another state. He lied. When she confronted him, he said, "I still love you. You're different." But Amaka couldn't take it. She packed her things and left, broken again. She found a small room and opened a tiny tailoring shop. At first, no one came. Then, a woman gave her a chance to sew uniforms for a school. Amaka worked day and night. Her fingers bled from the needle. But she kept going. Years passed. Her shop grew. She trained other girls. She gave them food, beds, and love. She became known as Madame Amaka. The girl who once begged under a bridge was now a blessing to many. One day, Amaka walked into her shop and saw a new girl, skinny, scared, with no shoes. Amaka sat beside her. "What's your name?" "Tina." "Where are your parents?" "My mama died. My uncle chased me away." Amaka smiled, tears in her eyes. "Come. You're safe now."